Peace, God.
Peace to the God.
How you, God?
I'm studying 120 right now. Call me back at the God hour.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.
Buddy.
There he is.
My man.
Hey, audio coming in?
Yes,
Test, 1, 2,
sir.
3.
Yes, sir. Mic check 1,
Love
2.
Love it.
Yeah, buddy.
What's happening, big dog?
So, what's happening in clown world?
Hey, not much. Just another day, just another Wednesday. Staying in my own lane and doing the daily.
Yeah. No intramurals?
Got some golf leagues going on right now after a high ankle sprain. I've put the intramurals kind of on pause. It might be like, he might be back at a later date. But high ankle sprain last March has put us on the sidelines in the rec sports for now. Just the golf course.
Hashtag it's tough getting old.
Yeah. 32 hits hard.
Jesus, buddy. All right. Well, hey.
Yeah, a little shooting around here and there. A couple pickup games, but that's for the leagues.
Yeah,
it's getting tough.
And it's summer in New England, summer in New Hampshire. I mean,
yeah, it's been tough this year. Couple washouts.
Yeah, what's going on? Rain's didn't rain today somehow, but been raining a lot. So, but yeah. So wanted to cover a few things. We haven't done one in a while. You and I think it's been like a year since we've done one. So
yep.
we need the update on what's going on in the world. I think you and I are the same, where we're not obsessed with politics. I think we're more obsessed with the bullshit of politics. And
right.
we care about our country, right? We care about the world. You're invested. I think people should care a little bit because you're invested at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
Your taxes are going towards, someone who wants to retire in Ukraine. So
some Vogue covers.
Yeah.
Some Vogue photo shoots. That's what they're going towards.
Vogue photo shoot, some cluster bombs. That's the new.
Yep.
That's the new one headed to Ukraine, which I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Are we on the brink of World War III, or have we been on the brink once a month since it started?
Yeah, it's tough. Tough for me to say. I'll say no. I don't think we're on the edge of World War III or verge of World War III. Not ruling it out, but I think it's a lot of news that goes on over here. A lot of noise that you go on over that we hear over in America, whether it's your mainstream news or not. I don't know really what's true or what's not. I kind of take everything, any source I see a grain of salt. So. Until I see something maybe a little closer to home, I think I'm just gonna, assume that, we'll hopefully get out of this mess sooner rather than later. That might be a little optimistic of me, but yeah, I know it's tough. It's like almost every other week or something. It's like 1 point something billion is getting shipped over, which it's just adding up quick. It's adding up quick.
Did you see the financial error? We sent them 6.5 billion by accident.
Yeah.
Oops.
No. I think it was no. I think the error was we were supposed to send them more, and we did.
Oh, right.
I thought that's what it was. Yeah. Potentially, I have no idea. I think it is, but I could be mistaken. But yeah. No, I don't even know what the full number is. I know it's a lot. I know that there's
200 billion. Around that since this thing started a year and a half ago.
200 billion.
Around that.
I think that could be put really to better use, but I guess what's that next to 33 trillion or 32 trillion? Yeah, I don't know. what's the so yeah, I don't know. I think it's all kind of like the fugazi with the government spending and
right.
I just want to pay my taxes so no one comes knocking on my door. So it's kind of where I'm at, but
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild nonetheless.
Yeah.
I do like at least the state tax. I know that we don't have that here in the great state of New Hampshire. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, I got that going for me at least.
Yeah, no state income tax in New Hampshire. I think it's the only state in the Northeast that has that.
Yeah. You got your Texas, you got your Florida, Texas. I
think Nevada, you get a lot of like LA people who are like, fuck this. I'm leaving this, commie state. And
hey, makes a big difference at the end of the day.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. And New Hampshire's a great state, safe. It's unique in that it's the only state in New England that leans to the right. Very important state for any election, especially in 2024.
Definitely.
So I was very intrigued by what was that again, where Tucker was interviewing all the Republican candidates? What event was that?
Yeah, I don't know what forum it was. To be honest, I didn't really watch it in full. I definitely saw my fair share of clips of it.
The Pence clip. The Pence clip is epic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw the Pence clip, and who else did he?
I love.
Yeah, something about him asking someone. I don't know who that was. He was asking someone how many, vaccines he took. And then he asked him back,
some guy
said 0.
Some guy Hutchinson. He's like, "Well, how many did you say, Tucker?" And it was just like 0. And it was like a mic drop moment.
Yeah. Put the shades on and the doobie in his mouth.
Yeah, hell
That's the clip I saw.
Yeah.
I will say, just real quick, back to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Do love the governor, and
shout him out.
Governor Sununu. I thought he was gonna make a run, but he decided against it. But around here locally, we all say he's due for a run at some point, whether it's 28, 32, or whatever.
There's
fairly young. Definitely loves New Hampshire.
Yeah,
but he's a little moderate. You'll see him on CNN. You'll see him on MSNBC, and for the most part, sticking up for what he believes in Republican wise, but. He calls himself a lifelong Republican, but definitely is a little bit moderate, kind of leans middle a little.
Okay.
Okay. In some aspects, but read the stats. New Hampshire's thriving.
Yeah, I mean the governor's.
The
governor's obviously, you got DeSantis, or is it DeSantis?
DeSanctimonious. What is it?
DeSanctimonious.
Yeah.
Ron. He did okay with Tucker. He didn't say anything that, newsworthy, I guess. I still don't know where he lands on foreign policy. I know he's a vet, but I don't know if he's a dove or a hawk. It still remains to be seen. You know who I really love, who he has 0 chance, but who knows? He could be Trump's VP, is Vivek Ramaswamy. Do you like Vivek?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I do like him.
He's great. He's my age. He's 30. He's 38. He's too young to be president. And
where's he from?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Oh Jesus. Yeah.
I
do like him.
Yeah, he's a Midwest guy. Obviously, he is of Indian descent. I don't think he really would ever have a chance. But he's a brilliant guy. And I love all his policies. He's definitely like a dove, no war, thinks it's stupid, kind of like how we do. People were trying to say he was in the World Economic Forum, but he sued them. Actually, they falsely put them on his website. So that's good because they were getting after him. And then I guess there was some tweets about COVID in the beginning where he was like mask shaming people. I don't know. It was like one tweet. It didn't even seem like he was shaming them. It was in the way beginning too. No one really knew. But I don't know. There's who is Trump? Because let's be honest. I mean, we could talk about the other candidates, Nikki Haley and
no.
I mean, none of these people have a shot. It's Trump at the end of the day. Who didn't even do this thing with Tucker?
I think so.
But who would be the ideal VP for Trump? I mean, is it Vivek? Is it this Byron Donalds from Florida who's
Carrie Lake?
Carrie Lake. Will it be Carrie Lake? And here's my dark horse, and I don't even think he should be the VP. I think he should
Tulsi.
fucking run. Well, no, I love Tulsi, but Tulsi at this point, I mean, no, she would be a great VP. I would love that. She'd be a great VP for RFK, who I'll get to in a little bit. But
Yep.
you know who I would love to just say fuck it and run is Tucker.
Yeah. Hey, people talk about it. A lot of people mention Jamie Dimon running.
Fuck that, dude. Are you kidding me?
But
That guy was on Epstein Island.
I'll say this. Yeah, no.
And he's
exactly.
and he's against crypto. Fuck that guy.
I'll say this. In my opinion, I'd like a disruptor.
Okay.
You know, so and that could go, in my mind, like pretty much Trump, DeSantis, your boy Vivek, or your other guy RFK. I think is a disruptor.
Oh man. Yeah.
So you know, someone who just doesn't really kind of get in line, and you know, I'll tell you this: what I really think's going on is they're trying to kick Biden out just like on their own.
Oh,
Make sure he
think
doesn't
so.
like run or something.
I think so. You saw him fall asleep.
Plant and sniff. Yeah, they probably just didn't drug him up like they usually do. You know, pump him full of freaking Adderall or uppers or something.
Yeah.
So he can make a speech. They probably forgot. They probably didn't do that on purpose. Or
They
you're gonna
lost.
start seeing sabotage stories. You're already seeing it. So
They dropped his coke.
you know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was planted. That was planted to make either Hunter look bad or whatever.
Wait, so you think that was a
you know.
plant? You think that was a plant?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think it was Hunter just being an idiot? Yeah, right? No one could be that careless.
I don't know.
Even Hunter, who's like the most careless person
I don't think
alive.
so. Yeah, I think he knows it better enough to, you know, put it somewhere where it's not going to be found. No, I think it was planted. I think it was planted from the inside to start, you know, kicking them out and get their golden boy Newsom or whoever. You know?
So you think, yeah, that's you could tell Newsom, because Newsom he did Hannity. He's been doing a lot of interviews, making the rounds. I mean,
yeah, did he do Hannity? I haven't really been.
He's got the.
I've been watching.
He's got the. Yeah, me neither. But I saw he did that. He's got the American Psycho look. Obviously, you know, French Laundry and that whole thing. You know, he's from the, like I said, the commie state of California, and you know,
yeah.
But he's
which is what thriving, right? The cities are thriving there, right?
Oh yeah, San Fran, beautiful place.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
If you can look past the shit and the shit on the streets.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So you're dead on. I mean, clearly Biden. They're gonna. I don't know when, but because we're getting to a year and a few months away now, so they got to get moving if they want to get their establishment, puppet in. Essentially,
I'm kind of still confused on the fact, like, if Biden says he's going to run, like, they don't do a Democratic primary. Am I incorrect by saying that? Like,
well, so this is what everyone wants to say. Oh, he's the incumbent. He doesn't have to debate. I don't know if that's true or not. It's bullshit. It goes against everything they say. They say they're for democracy. That's not democracy. That's fascist in my mind. Like, oh, I don't have to debate.
Right.
Like, what? So, yeah, it's bullcrap. RFK, obviously, you and I both know I'm a huge RFK guy. I don't know where you stand with him, but he's obviously against the war in Ukraine. He's big time against big pharma. He's against big pharma, big war. Obviously, everyone wants to call him a anti-vaxxer. He's not. If you listen to just like 5 minutes of him speak, he'll tell you he's not an anti-vaxxer. He's got his kids vaccinated. He's a vaccine skeptic. He's skeptical of the efficacy of certain vaccines, specifically COVID, and he wrote the book, The Real Anthony Fauci, and, the whole thing. And, he's the man. And, everyone wants to complain about his voice. I mean, he's got a neurological condition called, spasmodic dysphonia? He's had it for
That's not a problem with the senator and PA or Biden.
I know. Fetterman. I mean, Biden.
Right.
Biden can't speak.
Right.
Fetterman. I mean, that guy had a tumor, or I don't know what the hell happened. Stroke.
It's stroke.
Yeah. So of course that's not a problem. But Kennedy. I mean, I've gotten used to it. But a lot of people, they won't give him a shot because of it, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he's had it for like 28 years. Supposedly, it doesn't bother him at all. I don't know. But he's also pro crypto, big crypto guy. He spoke at the conference in Miami.
Big Bitcoin guy.
Yeah. So Does he have a chance? I don't know. He's running, I guess, at like 20% right now.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And for all the reasons you just said.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's too good to be true.
No, he'll never get a nominee, and it's unfortunate. You know, I don't see it happening. Whether it's slander comes up, or you know, deep state digging up whatever, making up stories, whatever it is, something will happen. You know, you look at it now. There's already a bunch of negative press about him.
Yeah, and you see his bitch sister come out and have a tweet about him coming out against him. You see that?
No, I didn't. I
mean, he's got like 11 siblings, but one of his sisters, because someone called him out in I think, was he in New Hampshire? I don't know. He did a town hall, and like they called him out and was like, "Oh, some of your siblings don't agree with you," and he's like, "Do you get along with all your siblings?" Like, she's like, "True."
Right. You
know what I mean? Like, so, but he's got the Kennedy name. It's funny because he lives in L.A. He's married to an actress. He's married to Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm, and so he's like in that kind of like group that like he's like he probably knows like a lot of like I've heard him say he's friends with a lot of Hollywood actors and this and that. So it's kind of funny that he's so outspoken against some of these things that like, you know, these shit lib Hollywood actors are like always, you know, for. But he is an environmental lawyer, so like he is you know, pro, you know, he's very I don't know how he feels exactly about climate change. I don't know if he thinks we need to like really go hard on that, like, you know, a lot of the establishment Dems think, but I know he is very conscious of like the environment, which is good. He should be, right? But but yeah, he's got no shot, unfortunately. I mean, he would have to run independent, and just I mean, he obviously, if you're a podcast listener, you know who he is. If you don't listen to podcasts, you probably don't know much about him at all. You just think he's a kook, you know, which sucks. You know, the mainstream media is not going to pump him up. So
that's what a lot of the public base their opinion on.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll say this: he's not going to get enough donors because of his controversial views.
Yeah.
You know, think about some of these massive donors. Did you see the donor chart came out yesterday?
Oh, yeah, it's stupid.
Biden's at like 72 million, and you know, Trump's at like 40, DeSantis at 20, and then like, you know, the rest of them are at 2 and 10.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I would be really surprised. Like, so I'll say if it ends up like, you know, round 2 here, Trump and like, if it's Trump and Biden, I feel like that's the only way Trump could win, to be honest. But who knows? Probably won't. I can't picture Biden the puppet. You know, we get at Bernie's for another till 2028. I don't think he'll be alive.
There's no way. Now Trump,
or they back him up with someone different, and then just axe him, and then they got who they wanted in there.
I wonder if they're gonna like kill him off. To be honest, I mean, are they gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm like, I'm waiting for something sabotage to happen because, you know, the DNC. You got to realize, I guess, you know, it's a very good chance of.
Oh yeah,
not holding the House. So.
The Clintons have, the Clintons somehow have 56 friends who have committed suicide. It's terrible.
Right, like that tire. That tire meme.
Yeah, the tire meme. Amazing. I mean, Twitter is just, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Especially, have you been, just to go off on something else for a little bit, that motherfucker is not real girl? You've been following this?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all the memes. I haven't really heard much backstory. You know, I read somewhere that, you know, took a little too much Dramamine or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? I heard some. You know, there was some other. I saw like another angle where it was a little closer, but I couldn't really hear kind of like really what was going on. It seemed like she was just having like a freak attack.
Yeah.
Have you heard any backstory, anything else from that? Or
no, I mean, she's nowhere to be found. Clearly, like, she probably wants nothing to do with any of this. Either she really was spooked by something, or she's just, for all we know, she's a crazy person.
Right.
Yeah, she could. It like reminds me of like Bridesmaids. You know, that scene in Bridesmaids. Yeah. She drinks a little bit too much. She takes like an Ambien, and she like loses her mind. You know, it could have been something like that. You know. Yeah. exactly.
I think that's probably what it was. Mix of medicine.
Yeah.
Maybe a mix of subscription and a little flight anxiety or something. Whether it was Xanax or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The memes are good though.
Yeah, it was fun for a few weeks. Absolutely.
Yeah. Memes are good. Yeah, it'll pass.
Yeah,
it'll pass.
But
I'm a big fantasy football guy. So like, when they're talking about Tennessee Titan receivers, and then you picture that girl, that motherfucker's not real, or just whatever. That was a recent one I saw.
Yeah. There's this one.
I think I might even saw a running back long-term contract, something like that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. So, what was I gonna say? Back to Trump though. My problem with Trump is that sometimes he just seems a little inconsistent. Like, did you see the clip recently? It was like earlier this week. How he would negotiate with the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Basically,
was it just how he ended in the day?
Well, but like he basically was just like, I would give Ukraine more weapons or something like that, so Russia would stand off. Or he said something to that notion, almost like escalating it even worse. And I didn't listen to the whole clip. I don't want to be that person who just hears like a quick clip and that doesn't really look into it. It doesn't seem to be a big story, but I mean, I don't know what he meant, but he people were in the comments were like, oh, he's trying to negotiate, and maybe he is.
Right.
And then obviously with Trump, I can't get past, the Epstein connection and stuff like that. It would take a lot for me to vote for. I guess it depends on who the VP is, who's running on the other side.
You'd be voting for, for the tandem.
But if it's Trump Biden, I mean, I hope Trump wins. I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta hope some people who just didn't really like Trump voted for Biden kind of realized it might have been a mistake, but whether it's enough, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of people who aren't voting. Who knows what the new generation of voters, which way they're going to go? Who knows?
Right.
Typically that's left leaning. So yeah, I mean, I know who I would vote for in that situation.
Yeah.
I think that, but I hope it's not that. I don't.
It was also another.
I think country deserves better than those two options.
Right.
I've always been a semi-Trump fan. Sometimes roll my eyes, just like
Well,
just
the
like
vaccine thing too.
The rest of the country, but
the vaccine thing too. He likes to act like he was like the pioneer of the I like to call it the vacation.
Yeah.
He always likes to act like he was the leader of that. Like he pushed for that, and he still defends it to this day, which is bizarre, right? Because you got to think most of his base is against it, and I don't know why he's still to this day. Like I know he definitely was not for mandating it, which is good, but like he still thinks it did some good, and I don't know. I guess it still remains to be seen on that, but it definitely didn't I don't think it saved us.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely it was definitely came out when he was president. I'll say that.
Yeah. But
there was no mandates or by the time he was out, I don't remember mandates or anything like that.
No, definitely. He's against that.
Starting when he was even in office. We just weren't at that point yet. The vaccine wasn't really prevalent yet.
Right.
Now I'm sure if he got asked something in a debate or whatever, and he'd probably, might retract a little bit.
Right.
Still, not a politician, still a politician kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's I'm curious on what he would say now on it because,
right.
As time goes on,
yeah,
I think time would have healed all, and who knows?
Yeah,
who knows what repercussions may be on all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. Especially if it's if it ends up being, and this won't happen, but if it ends up being Trump versus RFK, how that would work. Because there's a lot of Trump people who really love RFK, and if the vaccine becomes a big topic, I don't know. that would be pretty interesting. But
has RFK ever been like with like a Democratic senator or House or something like that?
No, his whole career he was just he's an environmental lawyer. Nah, he's never been in politics. Yeah.
And that's why he's like Democratic Party, I guess. I don't know.
Oh well, Kennedy's. I mean, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, his uncle John F. Kennedy. I mean, he was let's be honest, he was whacked. Whether it's CIA, mafia, whatever, both in tandem.
Right.
But he was whacked because he was one of those very outspoken people. Like people like to say that.
Sounds like he was a disruptor.
Yeah, he was a disruptor, 100%. Actually, Trump and him have more in common than people think, and a lot of the same views too. And he was anti-war. He didn't want to go to Vietnam. He didn't want to invade. Then like the Cuban Missile Crisis, that whole thing. So I think because he didn't want to go to war, that's probably why they took him out, or one of the reasons. And then his father, obviously Robert F. Kennedy, same thing. They took him out. He was probably going to be the next president.
Yep.
So kind of that family, dude. So much crazy shit. So RFK's second wife killed herself. There's just multiple. He tells like a lot of stories. Like that family, there's been so much tragedy.
Who was it? Junior with the skiing accident.
With the skiing accident.
Playing football with on skis while filming or something.
Then Ted with the whole Chappaquiddick in the what was that in Cape Cod or whatever, or Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, that whole thing where he killed a woman by accident.
Jesus. And
then what else was there? Then what's his face? JFK Jr. with the helicopter crash. Plane crash with a private jet. Is that? I mean, and there's more too. So like, John and Robert F. Kennedy's father, supposedly he was like a bootlegger back in the day, and he actually wanted his oldest son. I forget his oldest son's name, but they wanted him. He was like the golden child. They wanted him to be. He was going to be the next president. He died in combat or something, in like World War II or I don't know, some shit. But yeah, there's like multiple. Yeah, that family's just been through it all. So yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. It's good to see some different views come out, but at the end of the day, I just don't think it gets very far, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. It's awful, man. I mean, people just need to take the red pill and realize, things are not good.
100%.
It's kind of scary. You've seen this. I mean, the amount of propaganda these days, it's just comical. You've seen exercise is now far right. You see that headline?
Right. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah, toxic masculinity. Yep, I have. It's crazy. Tate, you might hear some clips. Obviously, he says some things to get some press. All press is good press.
The Matrix
obviously got a big following. But if you ever hear some of his clips that aren't, taken out of context, or him trying to be outlandish, semi decent overall message, at least on the man side. He might be a womanizer, not faithful, whatever, that aspect. But
I don't think he was
try
trafficking.
To stay healthy.
Trafficking.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so what do you say? He'd Tucker had him on a little Tucker on Twitter tonight or whatever, and I guess the charges, per Andrew Tate, the charges were not like sex trafficking, basically.
I forgot what he said. Yeah,
it was like him, seducing girls by being nice is how he put it, and to hang out at his house. So, people can listen to it for themselves, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like.
Oh no, they
had sex slave at his complex and having his buddies.
No, they're clearly,
whatever,
as he likes to call it, the Matrix. They're clearly coming after him. I mean, they locked him him and his brother, in like a dungeon
for what? Speaking against the vaccine, or
Well, no, they just had a big audience, and they were, Yeah, it was like him versus Greta Thunberg and like all this stupid shit.
Right.
But like they thought he was influencing, or they still think he's influencing the next generation of fascists and MAGA and Trump and whatever. And meanwhile, this guy's living in Romania. He's British. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? He's a kickboxer.
Kickboxer.
Yeah. Like, who fucking? But he's got a big platform. I mean, the interview with Tucker supposedly was like the most listened to, watched, whatever interview.
Yeah,
like,
listen to about half of it.
Yeah, something crazy.
Listen to about half of it. That's why I'm surprised. Rogan. He goes against the grain, but I think it's coming a little bit more common now, especially like in the, whether it's the, say Rogan comedians, like, a lot of comedians are even speaking out. I saw something, Dana Carvey and David Spade.
I saw that.
A Fauci bit or whatever, you know what I mean? So
Rob Schneider too. Rob Schneider's a libertarian.
Yeah.
And, he speaks.
So we saw Adam Sandler stand up and Rob Schneider opened, and
oh, nice.
I was laughing out loud, and then sitting, and I was not too many people were, you know what I mean? So
oh really?
He was speaking. Yeah, he was getting people were laughing, but he was definitely speaking out what he believed in, and probably wouldn't have been shown on your mainstream TV.
Right.
Nonetheless, not that many comedy shows would, but I thought it was great. Yeah, he opened and he was right up, talking about pandemic, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Bashing Biden, whatever.
Yeah. No, he's really
but
good.
he's also a big, like, pretty sure he's like a super environmentalist too. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like, everything doesn't go hand in hand, and that's what I feel like is gotten away from certain aspects. And that's either side. Like, and it's crazy to me that the way some people act. If you're far left, far right, you can have different views on different aspects and still be a good human. But like some people won't say that if you have one view about X topic or Y topic.
The left, the Democrats, used to be anti-war, anti-big pharma, free speech, anti-censorship, like all this shit. And now it's the complete other way. They're pro-war, pro-big pharma, pro-censorship. But RFK, he's like that classic liberal that's, against all that. But like Trump, he's a dove, right? He's pretty much anti-war. He didn't start any wars when he was in office. He kind of kept some going. But I also think, like, it's hard to say, right? Like, there's probably some presidents, maybe Obama was the same way, maybe he wasn't. But, they get in office, they don't want to, do anything like that. But at the end of the day, they're not really controlling shit, right? It's probably BlackRock or, something like that.
Right.
World Economic Forum, there's a bigger
Klaus.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab. You will have nothing and you will like it.
Super villain.
Dude, him Soros,
he's a Bond villain.
Fauci, and Bill Gates, like those four are like, they're like in their little lair, like with their hands.
Oh, Bill Gates is so outlandish, and
I know.
I think it's one of the richest guys, and who probably the biggest Democratic, one of the bigger Democratic donors. But he wants to make meat in labs and buying the farmland. Like, that's the real scary shit. Like, you got China buying up American farmland, and that guy buying up farmland. So what happens when fucking people can't get wheat or whatever? You know what I mean? Corn, wheat, whatever. Like, You think shit's wild now.
People need to read a little bit more. They need to like think for themselves. They need to like see other sources. Like, they need to learn about the Bolshevik revolution in Soviet Union. They need to learn about the Cultural Revolution in China. I mean, these are communist regimes. North Korea, whatever. Like, some of the stuff that they were trying to do, our government was trying to do, and maybe is still trying to do, but on a lesser scale, but definitely during COVID we're trying to do, is very much, if we allowed it, headed towards like a communist regime, right? Like, you know, everything being kind of like cashless, right? Cashless society. Everyone was, you know, you mandated
CBC.
to get the shot, and what's that?
Well, the CBC, like, you know, they warn about it all the time. So it's like the central based or central digital currency.
Yes.
So like, you know, all of a sudden I got a social credit score and I didn't get my vaccine, so I can't, like, you know, get all the groceries I need at Hannaford. It's like,
Right, exactly.
You know, that's not that far off.
Right.
Like,
no, I know.
That's what people are talking about. It's like,
yeah,
imagine that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, you didn't pay your speeding ticket, so now you can't, like, you know, buy a 12-pack.
Exactly.
Or whatever the case is, you know.
Be careful what you wish for.
But,
yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You know, yeah, it's scary, but you got disruptors, right? Like Trump and RFK, and, you know,
correct.
Tucker. Tucker is like, this is gonna sound crazy, but Tucker's like Batman. He's like this, you know, because I think he grew up rich, but like he really means well. Like he really wants to like make things better, right? But like at the same time, there's a large contingent of people. As much people that love him, there's a large group of people that hate him, just like Batman, right? Like, you know, people thought Batman.
My question is, what do people hate him for? Because he's on Fox News.
Exactly.
You know, some of the stuff he said, like, you know,
he wore the bow tie. He used to do that show back in the day. Oh God, he used to be on
Crossfire.
Crossfire, right? With someone else, and I guess he was supposed to be the right wing guy, and the other guy was supposed to be the left wing guy, and yeah, he's always just been. There was a clip on Curb Your Enthusiasm years ago, where like some black guy was like calling Larry racist, and he's like, "What are you, Tucker Carlson?" And I was like, "Oh my God, like really?" So like he clearly has like, but you know, I think just being based and red pilled, you know, you're labeled as far right, or you're labeled as, you know, fascist, or it's just like so stupid. Couldn't be more.
Yeah, he would consider himself libertarian.
Of the opposite, exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I wish he ran. Who knows? He's still young. I mean, he still could, but and he would have a good shot.
Yeah.
But did you see? You're seeing all this. Speaking of, like, you know, labeling, Sound of Freedom. You've heard of this movie?
Is it the one on
child trafficking?
Yeah. Is it
Jim Caviezel?
Who? Mel Gibson, right?
I don't know if Mel Gibson.
No.
I don't think he directed it. I want to say he was like a producer. Or he's behind it somehow.
Yeah. I have heard of it. I have not seen it.
No, I haven't either. I don't know if I'm going to see it, if I'm being quite honest. Just because, I don't know.
It's on.
You know, it's kind of hard. It's probably a tough watch. But people have said it's good. I mean, it was a top grossing movie in its opening weekend. And that was competing with Indiana Jones and I think Oppenheimer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's doing great. But there's all these rumors that some of the theaters didn't have the AC on. Some didn't turn the lights on. Some like cut it halfway through.
Sabotaging it.
People were like,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, because dude, Indiana Jones is Disney owned,
right?
So Disney probably called AMC and was like, "Listen, you need to like fuck shit up. Like, this is not good.
Yeah,
this is not good." But then you had CNN and you had you know, Rolling Stone and The Guardian coming out saying it's QAnon, it's QAnon, it's, you know, it's it's conspiracy. Like, what? Like,
which I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a true story. First off, it's about Tim Ballard, who's like some, I forget what agency he worked for, but and it's like based in Colombia, and I mean, child trafficking's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I mean, this isn't some conspiracy at all. But you know, this is what.
But I'm not sure why this needs to be censored.
It's
whatever.
insane.
I don't know.
I know but these are the times we live in. It's just like, it's a clown world. It's like you really have people like actually like speaking on TV and writing articles like against, you know, like this movie, which is bringing awareness like against something that's everyone should kind of be in agreement on, right? I mean, it's just like, just goes to show. It's crazy, man.
The Matrix.
Fucking Matrix, dude.
They heard us.
Yo, that's never happened before.
Oh, hey, we're back. We're back. The Matrix. I heard what was going on.
The fucking Matrix. Oh
That's
my
what it is.
God. That is crazy. Yeah, I may need to just upgrade, or that's wild. Anyway, where were we?
Nonetheless.
But yeah, nonetheless, what's up with your boy Aaron? How you feeling?
Yeah, your boy.
Yeah, my boy now.
I'll say this. And this isn't just because, I'm on the pod here. If there was one other team that I would want him to go to, it'd be the New York Jets.
Oh, come on.
And I'll say this.
Okay.
Good friend of mine actually used to live there.
Yeah, you've talked about it. Yeah.
When I moved back to New Hampshire, always Jet fan. They've never really been a threat. No offense to any Jet fans, yourself included. Never really been a threat. You know what I mean? They're like
Yeah, I know.
Just like the nice nerdy kid or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they've had some good years, and then, Favre did the same thing. Time's a flat circle here. So Favre did the same thing, and took him to an AFC Championship game, if I can recall.
Wait, Favre?
Yeah.
No, they went 8-3 to start, and then lost 4 of their last 5. He had a shoulder injury.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking because I guess.
And he showed his dinghy to a cheerleader.
Wow. So if that's how the Rodgers goes, what do I have to be worried about?
It ended really bad with Favre. Yeah. Then he went to the NFC Championship with the Vikings the next year.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I thought they made a playoff run with him. That was his first year.
They did.
He went
8-3. Yeah, they were rolling, and then lost 4 of their last 5. This was with
and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they went.
Wow.
Well, let's see. Let me do the math here. 8-3, so 4. Yeah, they went 9-7. Missed the playoffs. Man Genius was he fired after that?
Yeah, tough coach.
Yeah,
I like Saleh. Honestly, I love the Jets roster. If he goes and wins I've always wanted him to get 2, obviously with the Packers. But so he kind of separates himself from the one and dones. But nonetheless, I wish him well. I think it's going to be a good team. But AFC is pretty stacked. You got your Bengals and Chiefs, the Bills. I don't even really see him winning the division, but I see him getting to the playoffs. So, as for the Packers got a pretty good roster. Who knows what Love can be? Is Love, maybe a little bit less of a Pat Mahomes? That's what I'm hoping, right? Is he a 10-year quarterback?
Calm down.
That's what I'm hoping. But pretty good track record. Pretty good track record for quarterbacks drafted for the Green Bay Packers.
That is true.
For my lifetime. So who's to say that this is a bad move?
Right.
But at the same time, I've had some mixed feelings over the years with Rodgers. Bottom line, I'm liked him. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed watching him play. Some playoff mishaps, yeah, but some of the saga BS, yeah. But I really do like how he stood up for himself during the pandemic. Gained a lot of respect for him in that aspect too. So I've always obviously rooted for him, and I'm still going to root for him, and I'm going to root for Jordan Love a little more. And I think Packers slip into the playoffs too, hopefully, or at least put up a semi fight to get there. We'll see how it goes. I think they got a pretty good roster, but I think the Jets have a really good roster. So I think Jets, if you want my prediction, there you go, 12-5.
Whoa.
Maybe 11-6.
Wow.
That too. I think they got a good roster. Rodgers is nasty.
So, a few things here. I keep saying 10-7 just because the schedule is so hard, especially to start the season. Don't be surprised.
Is it though? I don't think the I don't know. I can see it, but the AFC East. I don't think the Patriots are going to be good. They're going to be relevant just because Belichick, I think. Miami, I don't think Miami's going to be that good because I think Tua's all like got screws loose.
Yeah, he's a wild card.
And, well, he's got screws loose. So like one hit, and he's going to be seeing stars again.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
They're already loose. There's no tightening them back full. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the Bills.
Bills are good.
Bills are good. But they're also playing. You
And
know,
who do they?
Jets are playing the
Cowboys
Chiefs.
are good.
Playing the Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys,
Yeah.
Chiefs. You know, they play Eagles. You know,
Texans stink.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Commanders stink.
right.
I think Browns are going to be good actually.
Okay, they go into Denver again 2 years in a row, which is kind of weird. I think Broncos will be better. They got Sean Payton as coach now, so I don't know. So today it
Might be
came
a
out.
little-
What's that?
I said might be a little
It's gonna be tough.
optimistic there for the Jets, but they arguably have the best quarterback in the division now, who's just, Josh Allen.
Yeah, their
Josh Allen's
roster.
electric, but
Yeah, the roster's ridiculous. They might get Dalvin Cook.
I love Garrett Wilson. You think they're going to get Dalvin Cook? I don't even think they need him.
I mean, they
Brees Hall and
Brees Hall's still.
who's the other one there?
It's still wild. You know, it's still unclear when he's going to be back.
They just
Well, they got
grabbed-
Zonovan Knight. And then who else did they get? I think they got someone else.
Mims.
Oh no, Mims. I
They
think
picked up Lazard. He's
Mims is
he'll
gone.
be all right.
Mims is gone today.
Okay.
He. I don't know if they traded
Oh
him.
no
or-
shit.
I don't know if they traded him or cut him. I forget what happened, but he's going to the Chiefs actually. I think. So he'll probably
They got Hardman.
ball out there.
Cole
We did
Hardman.
get Hardman. We got like you said, Lazard.
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb, yeah, all Aaron's boys, you know.
Rodgers boys.
And
Christ.
today,
Conklin's good, by the way.
yeah, Conklin, yeah.
And they got Adrian
Uzomah,
Amos. What the
Uzomah.
fuck is this?
And then there's a kid.
Adrian Amos.
There's a kid they drafted last year, from Long Island who grew up a Jet fan. What the fuck's his name? But they're saying he might be the best tight end this year. Oh, why am I blanking?
The
on
tight
his name?
end, Zach Kuntz.
No, that's not his name.
Excuse my language.
Hey, dude, if that's the name, that's the name. No, what's
Bleep that.
No, Jets are stacked on defense. I mean, forget it. You got Sauce, you got Quinnen,
Jeremy Ruckert.
CJ Musley. That's it. Jeremy Ruckert. Yeah, watch out for this kid. Long Island kid,
Ohio
Jet
State.
fan, Ohio State. Yeah. So yeah, Jets are stacked. I mean, it's almost too good to be true. We're gonna be on Hard Knocks. I haven't watched Hard Knocks since the
Oh
last time
man,
the
you must
Jets
be
were on.
hyped.
I'm hyped.
You must be hyped. Yeah.
Yeah. They showed.
Yeah.
I keep saying far. They showed Rodgers with his Jets jersey on today, first time. I mean,
It's
it's
it's a little.
it's crazy.
It's a little tough for me, but it's time. It's time to move on. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Jordan Love's the guy. It's just coming from the Packer perspective here, but
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It goes back to who was the quarterback in the 60s and 70s for them. Who was the big quarterback for them back in the day?
what Packers? Bart Starr.
Bart Starr. So it started with Bart Starr. Then I guess I don't know. There was probably a couple 70s and 80s. It was pretty bleak.
Yeah, a little
Then
lull. I think they had a couple halfway decent ones.
And then it's been,
I can't really give you names.
and it's been 30 years of Favre, Rodgers. So
Right, my whole life.
yeah,
My
your
whole life. Yeah, I've had two quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
Love, yeah. I mean, he's got the build for it. He's shown flashes, so I could see it. I could see it being something.
we'll see.
We'll see. High school hoops. I want to talk about Cooper Flagg,
Yeah,
your boy.
my neck of the woods.
Maine. What the fuck?
I just found out
Who
he was
knew?
a sophomore.
Wait a minute. He's a sophomore?
I think so.
Oh, I thought he was like a junior.
I don't. He's not going to I'm like fairly certain he's only a sophomore, or at least a junior. He's not a senior.
I mean, he's built.
He's not
like-
going to be in Maine. He's not he's gonna. His senior year, he's going to be playing for
probably.
He's 16 years. This is the Google machine. 16 years old. He's class of 2025.
Unbelievable.
So he's going into his junior year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he just transferred to Mount Verde.
Oh, that's a big one.
From
Where are they again?
yeah.
Aren't they
It's
New
from
Hampshire?
Newport, Maine. Not Verde, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. But that's one of the big. That's a big school.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Florida.
That's a big one.
Florida, maybe.
They're at Hoop Hall.
Okay.
Who knows? Man? I'm gonna go to Hoop Hall to see this kid.
Yeah. So
That's in Springfield.
So Cooper Flagg, for people who don't know, this kid could be the greatest.
Florida.
It's in Florida. Okay, that's interesting. He picked that over, let's say, like a Brewster Academy or one of the New Hampshire schools, right?
Yeah.
Because he'd be really close to home. But maybe he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to go far away from home.
Mount Verde is they're like it's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's that Sierra.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to think New Hampshire's got a couple of schools too, no?
No, yeah, Brewster for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Wenyan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Gabriel on the Lakers, Manchester.
My cousin. Yeah.
My buddy's cousin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
My guy Wenyan. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, Nerlens Noel didn't he go to Brewster or one of those schools? Donovan Mitchell, New York.
Yeah,
kid, Westchester kid, but
there's a lot of there's definitely a lot of
Hampshire.
talent that goes in Brewster for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. But Cooper Flagg,
Cooper Flagg he's only 6'8". I thought he was a lot taller than that too, but
he's probably still growing. But he's built he's already built. That dude's got a body, and I mean he has potential to be the greatest white American basketball player ever. Right? I mean that's in play.
Larry Bird, I guess.
It's Larry Bird,
right?
It's Bill Walton and Rick Barry. It's Jerry West. Those are the 4.
Gordon Hayward. He's kind of like Gordon Hayward.
He is kind of like Gordon Hayward. Yeah, reminds me a little bit.
Same,
but more athletic.
Same height.
Probably more athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron's already whispering in his ear. You know what I mean?
Yep. Of course. What's he telling him? You gotta, keep your head on.
Don't keep grinding, boy. Keep grinding, boy.
I'm LeBron James. It's just okay.
LeBron. Yeah. I've honestly just really started hearing about this kid. Not too long ago, but started watching some stuff. I mean, he dominated. Was it Peach Fest or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least went up 40, 50-pointer games, and it's him. He has a twin brother.
What? Get that?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. There's two of those. There's 2 of these guys.
Yeah, but the other one's not as good.
But he plays.
Ace. Yeah, twin brother. Yeah, he's the second leading scorer.
that blows my mind. I can't believe I never knew that. Huh.
Don't sleep on Ace Flagg.
Interesting. That's like the with the Thompson.
6'7". He's short. He's 6'7".
Well, he's an inch shorter. That's crazy. That's like the Thompson twins who just got drafted. You see, they just got drafted. They were playing in.
Oh no, I guess not.
Yeah. They played in I want to say they played in overtime elite or one of those leagues, but they were drafted back to back. I think the 4th and 5th picks in the draft. Twin brothers.
I know there's the Morris.
Oh, Markeith and Marcus, yeah. But yeah, these Thompson twins, Amen and Osar, I think, or something. One went to the Rockets.
Oh yeah, 4th. Yeah, so that's the other thing. When I was watching the draft, it's there's not that many straight out of NCAA there was, but a lot of the top 5 was out of whatever league, the D League or whatever.
Scoot.
Right?
Yeah, I mean Scoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has
Wemby
potential.
was obviously
yeah, Wemby. Yeah.
Wemby was also from overseas.
Yeah. I mean, 4 of the 5 first picks did not come from NCAA. Brandon Miller's the only one, we'll see how he turns out. He's got some controversy behind him. I know his summer league wasn't the best, but we'll see. Summer league is the gift and the curse. Kevin Knox.
Yeah, I wasn't super. Right. I wasn't super in the summer league this year, to be honest.
Same.
I watched a little bit, but
same. I watched the Wemby. I watched the second Wemby game where he kind of went off a little bit.
How many games did he?
Played 2.
How many games did
Played
he?
2.
That's it.
2, and then they're all right, sit him. So
he'll need to.
Yeah.
Well, I think he'll need to eat some.
So we'll see.
You know, get on some cycles or whatever they do. Beat those guys up. I mean, he looks like he's a walking freaking broken shin, broken fibula. Like
I know.
He really is.
I know. That's why I think Scoot. It's kind of funny though because Scoot got hurt in summer league, but I really do think he could have the better career. He just seems like a certified stud, and Wemby, it's scary. Those guys just don't. There's always something, right? Except for maybe like Kareem. Kareem's like the only big ever, and I guess Shaq. Shaq was pretty healthy. Those two.
Well, Kareem was the only big ever, but who else was? We didn't have like.
I guess Wilt never got hurt.
Think of some of the guys.
Yeah.
Think of some of the guys. Think of some of the guys they're playing. Plumbers and accountants.
Yeah.
True.
True. But I'm thinking
freaks.
But I'm thinking of like I'm thinking I guess forget those type of guys. I'm thinking like the really tall, like the Sean Bradley, Manute Bol, Porzingis.
They say Bol to the Suns was a good move.
Bol, Suns have been sneaky.
He's like 7'4".
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a different type of. He's obviously, got all the tools and stuff to be good.
Yeah. We'll see.
So I thought Zion was going to be a beast. Now he's he's got baby mama drama. I was a big Zion guy. He's played freaking 80 games, man. It's like
awful. Yeah, he was on. Was he on All the Smoke? No. He was on the one with the podcast. I think with Gilbert Arenas and Josiah, whatever his name is. I forget the name.
I like No Chill Gil there.
No Chill Gil. Yeah. Zion was on that.
Jets trading Mims to the Lions.
Oh, it was Lions. I thought it was Chiefs for some reason. Yeah. Okay.
Jameson Williams has that fucking betting. Sorry, I saw that pop up.
But yeah, Lions.
Got that.
Lions are gonna be good.
Yeah, he's got that betting suspension, Williams.
Oh, he does. Okay, I didn't know about that.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Zion. Yeah, I mean, his head is clearly in the. He even admitted he's like, all this money, man. He admitted he doesn't know how to eat. He doesn't know the money. He admitted basically the money has made him lazy. It's made him complacent. It's awful.
Needs a freaking personal life coach or something.
Yeah.
And I watched some of the ball. I was a big Lonzo and LaMelo guy, but they're injury prone.
Yeah, Lonzo, it's awful, man. I mean, this guy hasn't played in 3 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. Tough.
I think he's done. They got his knee injury. It's something extremely rare. No one knows what it is or what's wrong with it. It's fucked up. It's
terrible.
It's fucked up. Yeah.
And LaMelo's got bad ankles.
Yeah, he can't stay on the court. The other brother, whatever. He's
Jello. I will say,
can't make the league.
We got Porzingis Zingas or whatever. What did Rappaport say when he got drafted? Tingus Zingas to the freaking Celtics.
Fuck Rappaport. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
The zinger.
Cancel Rappaport.
The zinger.
So we got him to Boston. Hopefully catch a game next year.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Jaylen Brown. I don't know what's going on with Jaylen. JB. He's supposed to get this max extension, and here we are.
Go.
Crazy. Maybe a big trade's on the way. I don't know.
I think they got to pick Tatum or Brown. I'll pick Tatum.
Yeah, you got to go with Tatum. Brown's great too, but you go Tatum. Tatum's better ball handler, better shooter.
It's down the stretch, who's the guy?
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But we'll see. But my man. So
hey,
I don't know when I'll see you next. I'm running into your fiance at SPAC for Dave.
Yeah,
you're nowhere to be found, buddy.
I couldn't make the trip. I had other obligations.
Other obligations? Come on, man. David SPAC, let's go. Could have tailgated. We could have had a party.
Next time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be around. Probably Labor Day.
When you'll be in this area? Labor Day?
Yeah, sometime this summer.
Okay, we won't be around Labor Day weekend, but if you're around in August, let me know.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. But yeah, other than that, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Let me know next time, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, this was a blast as usual. Good shit. Stay safe out there. And
All right, buddy, don't let the Matrix get you.
Don't let the Matrix get you. Protect your neck. Take care.
Yep.
Comb your hair.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace, brother.
Yeah, buddy.